Now we know that two charges interact with the help of this electric field, and the force exerted on charge small q is simply QE, where E is the field produced by this charge, and here there was a unit vector R. So the field is not just an artifact but has a physical role. What does that mean? That means that field E is not something that is in the mind or that is not real, but it is real. Because how can we say that field was real? Because if there was a charge, let us say this is charge positive q, but as soon as we bring some other charge small q, that is again, let us say this is also positive, so this charge immediately starts applying force on this small charge. How is this possible that it starts instantaneously, immediately start applying force on this? Because even this charge was not there, the field of this capital Q charge was there, which was radially outward. So that's why as we bring this charge, this will start immediately applying force on this small charge plus Q. Now, the concept of field was specially stressed by Faraday, and it was incorporated by Maxwell in his unification of electricity and magnetism. So, here we can see that it is an important concept and it was used by Faraday and Maxwell in the unification of electricity and magnetism. In addition to depending on each point is in space. So now this is something important. So please pay attention. This is something important. In addition to depending on each point in space, it can also vary with time. So this line is very important. This line is very important. So here we can see that E is only dependent on distance, that means point in space. So if we have this capital Q charge here and we want electric field at this point and this point, so definitely this will change, because this point is near, this point is near, this point is far. But the field can also be changed, the field can also be changed with time as well. So this is an important point, the field can also be changed with time, that we will see later. Be a function of time, that means time varying means it is varying with time, and so it becomes a function of time. In our discussion in this chapter, we will assume that fields do not change with time. So in this chapter, we will discuss only the fields where there is no change with time. However, in the next chapters, we will see the fields that change with time and what is the effect of those fields. But in this chapter, we will study only those fields that do not change with time. That means this is sufficient. The fields are not changing with time. Now, just as static charges produces an electric field, so we know that if we put a charge, this charge produces an electric field. The currents or moving charges, so when charge is stationary, this charge is stationary, this will produce electric field. Okay, so electric field is represented by E. Now, if the charge is moving, all this, there is a current, charge moving is also a current. So moving charges produces in addition a magnetic field denoted by Br. So here we show Er, that means E is dependent on R, that means distance or position. So similarly, if this charge is static, that means its velocity is 0. So there is only electric field. But if this charge is moving, its velocity is not 0. So it will produces two type of fields, electric field as well as magnetic field. So remember, electric field is shown by E and magnetic field is shown by B. So a static charge, that means stationary charge produces only electric field. A moving charge produces both electric and magnetic field. Okay, this must be clear to you. And this B is also a vector field. So E is vector field, this B is also a vector field. Now experimentally it is found to obey the principle of superposition. What was the principle of superposition? In Coulomb's law, what we saw, that F electrostatic was F because of first particle, F because of second particle, and we simply add this. So this also, this magnetic force or this magnetic field also obey the principle of superposition. That means the magnetic field of several sources is a vector addition of magnetic field of each individual source. So similar to electric field, we did for electric field, E is equal to simply E1 plus E2 and so on. But again remember, this is a vector sum, not a normal sum. So we have to remember the direction as well. So similarly, magnetic field is a vector sum, B1 plus B2 and so on. So this is also a vector sum and obeys the principle of superposition. Now let us see magnetic field and Lorentz force. Now let us start with the charge, again with the charge, and you know that charge, if it is not moving, there is only electric field. If it is not moving, if it is moving, there are both the fields, magnetic field and electric field, both. So let us say a point charge q moving with the velocity v. So velocity is v. Previously it was 0, so b is 0. If velocity is 0, then b is also 0. But we have some velocity, that means magnetic field is also not 0. So now this charge is moving with some velocity v and located at r. So we know that these both are dependent on r and at r at given time t. So why do we say that at r at given time t? Because let us say this is origin, this point is origin, and if we say this distance is r, this distance is r. Now if we don't say that it is at time t, so what will happen? Since it is moving, so at some time it would be here or here or here. Since it has a non-zero velocity, so its position is also changing with time. So that's why we say that it is moving with velocity v and located at r at a given time t. So this is only at r when time is t. At t plus something, t plus delta t, it would be at some other place in presence of both electric and magnetic field. So since this is moving, so we have both electric field as well as magnetic field. The force on electric charge q2, both of them can be written as, so now we see what would be the force on this charge. The force would be q e ER plus V cross BR. So that is electrostatic force and magnetic force. So what we did, we saw a charge, a small q, that was moving with a velocity v and located at a point r at time t. So now we have two type of fields, electric field and magnetic field. In that case, what would be the force on that charge? F is equal to two type of force, electrostatic force or electric force and magnetic force. What was the electric force? So F electric, we know that was simply QE. Okay, this is a vector quantity and we put R in bracket because it depends on position. Now what is F magnetic? F magnetic is simply Q V cross B, V cross B of R. So here you can see this is the magnetic force. F Q V cross B R, this is the magnetic force. This first one is electric force, and this second one with Q is magnetic force.